My father was meant to be a chef. His palate was unmatched, and in the short time that I spent with him, there was not a dish that he prepared that I disliked. Yes, my father was meant to be a chef. However, Uncle Sam had other plans. Military service allowed my father to work as a government pencil pusher. But in the off occasion he was home for a few weeks at a time, food was how I understood him. You could describe his cuisine as American comfort with a Mexican twist. Having grown up a naval brat, his varied experiences across the country influenced his taste. The varied flavors he created inspired me to learn how to cook in his absence, and in the short time we would spend together, our imaginations wandered and our bellies stayed full. I remember very distinctly one Thanksgiving, my dad's entire side of the family came to visit. My father's side of the family was the size of a small army, all with various needs and, shall I say, extreme personalities. But he proved his mettle as a chef. He had devised a brining method for the turkey that left the unlucky bird both flavorful and moist. Beer, peppers, and spices from around the globe added the harmonies to his symphony of savory. The sweet butter added the melody, and the mid-roast turning added the high notes in his philharmonic. His brilliance and mastery of the kitchen added to the concerto of our Quality Family program, and no patron of his cafe left the table hungry, and everyone left his scrumptious concert humming the melody. My birthday always came with my favorite dish, a pineapple upside-down cake, baked with love and care. Canned pineapples had no place in my father's kitchen, only the finest for his son, or what he could get his hands on in southern Utah. I'm not sure how he did it, but the pineapple always came out crisp and fresh, encased in sweet yellow cake. Perhaps the temperature or something to do with the prep work had something to do with it. Not sure. I've never been able to recreate it or understand it. He loved food right up until the day he died. Plenty of famous chefs have a drinking problem. My father was no exception. He had a rough life. He grew up poor, hungry, abused. Fending for himself since day one, every day was a challenge, and his life changed at the drop of a hat. I think his need to create such masterpieces of culinary art stemmed from his childhood depravity of food, yes, but also to cope. To make sense of a world and a life constantly on the brink of collapse, whether that was in the jungles of Vietnam, the desert of Iraq, or at the hands of his own father. It's odd, but I can't remember anything we had to eat at my father's funeral. Maybe it was bland or something off of a takeout menu. After all these years, I've never been able to recall. The pragmatic part of me says that it was an emotional day and food was an afterthought. But the idealist in me says that I don't remember it because it wasn't memorable. I know, that sounds like the most basic sentence in the English language, but it's true. My father's cooking makes my mouth water just talking about it. I think that at my father's funeral, the world realized it had not just lost a great husband and father, but a kindred soul who just wanted to feed people. In the span of a week, I went from living with the next Wolfgang Puck to sitting in a place of confusion. He had left so suddenly and without notice, and I was left with an emptiness, and not just in my stomach. My world had been rocked. And like every good meal, it had to come to an end. I don't cook for Thanksgiving now. And I've only recently started eating pineapple again, let alone upside-down cake. Pain with food runs much deeper with me than simply a tongue burned by a chili pepper or a knife cut to the hand. In a split second, the cup is dashed from your mouth, and the taste of dill tells you have to move on. But that's just it, isn't it? Just like in the kitchen, an order can go up in flames in an instant. It's how we salvage the dish that's the true test of who we are. Do we let flames engulf us, or do we grab a fire extinguisher? I'm no authority on what you should do, but like my father taught me, just breathe, clear your mind, turn off the heat, and start over. Just breathe. My father was meant to be a chef. No. He was a chef. At least to me.